next question is salvation before Jesus, right? What happened before he came to people? She's saying, you know how Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no man comes to the Father but by me. Some people would then say that no one before Jesus died on the cross and rose again 3 days later is saved. But I mean, obviously David, for just one example, was saved and born again. And I guess my question is, how does this work? Job is another example. How do I explain to people that many people from the time before the cross are saved? That's my question. You know, firstly, I would start by saying, when you think about God and his plans, the gospel really is something that's been there from the beginning. You know, like God didn't just, 2000-ish years ago think, oh, I'm gonna birth my son into the world who's gonna die for the sins of the world. No, this plan has been there from the beginning, from Genesis. Okay, even in the book of John, chapter 1, it said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Yeshua has been there from the beginning. When you think about people like David or Job or Abraham, God has been journeying with them, and the gospel was even able to save them. So Genesis 15 verse 6, just a verse here, and he, Abraham, believed the Lord, and it was counted to him as righteousness. Okay, so Abraham believes God, and God considers Abraham's faith as counting to him righteousness. He is saved by faith. He is chosen. He is used. God sees Abraham as a man of faith, and that's likely why Abraham was chosen to be whom he was. But then when we read in Galatians, for example, Paul talks about this further, and he says in Galatians 3:8, and the scripture foreseeing that God would justify the Gentiles by faith, just like Abraham, right? He preached the gospel beforehand to Abraham, saying in it, shall all the nations be blessed. So then, those who are of faith are blessed along with Abraham, the man of faith. He's actually saying that Gentiles today are saved in the same way that Abraham was. Isn't that amazing? He's saying that God is saying, when I told Abraham, in you, Abraham, shall all the nations be blessed. He's actually saying that the gospel was preached in that manner to Abraham. So while Abraham did not have the revelation, probably, right, in the manner that we have it, in that how Yeshua has revealed himself to the world, Abraham still did meet God. Abraham was approached by God in many ways, right? And that's just one example where Abraham decided to then put his faith in God, just like God showed up to Abraham, just like Yeshua showed up to me and I put my faith in him. In the same manner, all are saved. And Yeshua's blood is applied retroactively to everyone in the past, present, future who put their faith in him. So that is how I would explain that to someone who wants to say that no one before Jesus died on the cross, is saved. That's just not what Scripture teaches very plainly for us. And this is really good news. This is really good news. God is smarter than that. He made provision for that. And his power is greater than the limitations that we may consider there to be.